We're making this great monitor stand from walnut. It's got splined miter joints with contrasting maple. Stick around to the end of the video. We'll share with you a massive fail trying to make this project with steam bending. So you'll start with a miter gauge and the blade tilted to 22.5 degrees, and that'll make really clean angled joints for this project. And then for the centerpiece, you want to go ahead and retrim the part so the angle is correct. As you do this, try to remove as little material as possible for a continuous look on the grain pattern. And then we'll make use of a tenon jig to cut the angled slots for those maple splines. The jig just rides along the fence of your high-low table saw. And the great thing here is the workpiece is perfectly vertical, and you get to still maintain that same 22.5 degree angle we use to miter the ends of the boards, so you know when the joint comes together, those angles will match perfectly. And then tilt the blade over to 45 degrees to trim the two legs to length. This will make sure that they sit flat on your desk. Use a stop block so the two legs come out to exactly the same length. And then we'll go ahead and make the splines using a thin ripping jig. This is a nice way to safely rip thin strips of hardwood at the table saw without worrying that the small piece might bind between the fence and the blade. And it also creates really nice cuts without any burning. After you have the strips you want, go ahead and trim them to final width, and we'll start gluing up that project. The key here is to use angled blocks of wood clamped to your workpiece, and that just gives you a nice bearing surface so you can use small clamps to draw those miters together. And then we'll use strips of blue painter's tape just to balance out the clamping pressure and keep those legs from splaying at the bottom. While you're at it, you might as well make a nice pencil box holder to complete the set. If you want to learn more about making box joints on the table saw, drop down to the description box. We'll have some links for you there. The finishing schedule is wipe on Danish oil, followed by a top coat of clear lacquer. As promised, here's the massive fail that started this project. I initially set out to do this as a steam bending project. I've got a little steam bending box that I made, and I've used it in the past to great success, but unfortunately the angles of the template that I built were just a little bit too steep at 45 degrees, and it resulted in some pretty catastrophic failures. In the end, I think splined miters is a lot stronger and easier way to go for a monitor stand like this. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more great free content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.